Hello and welcome to the 23rd episode of the OK Takes podcast. I am Matt Weiner, and as always, I'm joined by my fellow capo, Edward Vento. At 3:59 p.m. West Coast time, the Dodgers were technically in first place, and now it's gone. They just dropped 2 of 3 to the Giants, and we are officially down bad as we find ourselves in second place. But before getting into everything that just happened, our wounds are very open, recording like 30 minutes after game 3 just ended. Let's start with a little mental health check. How are we feeling?
Well, Saturday night was like the perfect night. I was feeling good. We bounced back after an opening game loss, and UCLA beat LSU. I was feeling good. And then today, and now I'm down bad. Like you said, I'm down bad right now. I really am. I'm not going to lie. I'm down bad.
I have never been worse. So I went to the USC game yesterday, survived getting sunburned because I sat in the shade. However, played not one round, but 2 rounds of Frisbee golf today. I dropped my top in like beginning of the second game because it was insanely hot. I was like, okay, this is fine. And then I forgot I can't beat the sun. So I look like a lobster. If you're listening to it, you can't see, but like there's 2 different shades. Yeah, it is bad. Sunbird season, major sunbird season. I once again find myself not being able to beat the sun. And because we played so much Frisbee golf, it's allergy season too. I've just had sniffles nonstop. It's sniffles, back drip, sneezing. I might even commit a felony. The cardinal sin of podcasting is don't sneeze. I might sneeze during today's podcast.
Have either of us ever sneezed?
I don't think so, but I'm going to break it. There's no way. I'm just going to force myself to sneeze. Like podcasting with this, and now my throat sounds fucked up. Like podcasting in this condition, the sniffles, weird back drip in the throat, it's like playing with a strained hammy.
Try not to sneeze.
Terrible. Look at the sunburn.
I wasn't expecting it to be as bad as
this is awful radio if you're listening to this in your car, but go back for between the 2-minute mark and the 2-minute 45-second mark to see how bad it is, because I'm 2 different shades. Okay, now I want to start with game 1. And the theme of today's, and it's pretty much the theme of the series, is offense is very bad, but bullpen is very good. So I want to start by giving you the freedom, just go over the offense and just get that out of the way, because there is good parts of the series, and especially game 1, there was a lot of good. But can you just do me a favor and just just clear the roads of all the rubble?
Yeah. So look, this offense has been really bad, and they haven't scored 5 runs, or they hadn't scored 5 runs since August 18th until yesterday, when they won, I think 6-2 or 6-1. And in game 1, until the 9th inning, they had 3 singles, and only 1 left the infield. I think there were 2 infield hits. And then they had, I think Trey Turner led off the game with a single. And then in the 9th inning, they woke up, tied the game. But as a team for that first game, they hit 205. It's not going to win you baseball games. So it's been a really frustrating offensive series. Game 2, they bounced back. I think Seager had a home run. Trey Turner led off the game with, I don't think you were watching. I think you told me you weren't watching, right? At the start of game 2.
Because I was at the UC game.
Trey Turner's home run, for those of you that saw it, easily the most confusing home run I've ever seen, because the sun made it look like the center fielder caught it, and like he got, and then the Sportsnet camera panned down to the center fielder, and like he was acting like he caught it, but then Trey Turner was still running the bases, and the umps never did this, so no one knew if he hit it out. Trey just it was just confusing, but they scored 3 in the first inning of game 2, went on to win 6-1. Then tonight, they had the bases loaded, I think 4 times.
Yeah.
Left them loaded. They could have won this game. They should have won. Honestly, they should have won today. Pujols homered in the ninth. They kind of gave a little bit of a fight in the ninth, but just so many wasted opportunities. They're just feeble right now. The offense just isn't, to quote the great Frank the Tank, they're feeble. They are feeble, right? I'm giving them the feeble stamp. And now you can do with that what you will.
Well, let's touch on the feeble. Let's touch on the feeble before going into the bullpen games, because anytime like Frank the Tank has turned the word feeble into a stamp of disapproval. It is a stamp of, this team will give you nightmares. This team will turn you into 400 pounds overnight just from binge eating to fill the void. What makes it worse is that on paper, I hate the on paper shit, because on paper, this team's supposed to score 7 runs a night. But on paper, Max Muncy, well, also on paper, this is the reason why on paper is dumb, because there's also stats that go on paper. It's like, on paper, Max Muncy is 20 for 106 since the start of August. He's hitting 189. Chris Taylor is 13 for his last 79 with 33 strikeouts in his past 22 games. Justin Turner, once again, if I haven't said already, on paper is 14 for his last 62 in the past 19, just 1 extra base hit in his past 16 games. Mookie Betts is 5 for his last 33, the 152 batting average in 10 games since returning from the IL. And well, Cody Bellinger is droppable from your fantasy team. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, he's what he's been all year. He's in form.
He's in 20. I don't know what to say about Cody. I don't know. It's like there are endless adjectives, but the only feeling I get is, you know what he's did? Okay, I have the perfect way to explain what he did. If you ever hear the line from whatever the Drake and Lil Durk song is, "I'm in the trenches relaxed," just know a strikeout is coming. He has ruined that line.
He needs to switch back to Hotel California. I mean, when his walk-up song was Hotel California, he won the league MVP.
Very good point. That's a banger.
Stats don't lie, folks. Mm-hmm. Cody Bellinger with his walk-up song as Hotel California, league MVP. Cody Bellinger with his walk-up song as Laugh Now, Cry Later, worst hitter in the league.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe he kind of flips it a little, leans into more of the LA spirit, does like the Spanish version that was in Big Lebowski with Jesus as his intro song, where it was like Bienvenido Hotel California.
He might have the best year ever. He might break the single season home run record.
Mm-hmm. He would drop dong on Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
Sabermetrics, folks, just have to go. Yes. In the spirit of the Eagles.
Analytics, baby.
One of the first concerts I saw was the Eagles at Dodger Stadium.
Is that really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, it was sweet. So just know the theme of this weekend, and I'll keep on saying it over and over, is just offense bad, pitching good. Offense bad, pitching good. And there was one blemish in that. I feel fuck. Okay, I'll just cover all the bullshit next episode because I feel bad. But this was planned. But like, can you go over the Buehler? Let's just get out of the way. Let's riff on that a little, and then let's end with bullpen games.
Okay. Listen, guys. I made a sweeping declaration to my sister before today, so I am taking the blame for this. I go to my sister and I say, if Walker Buehler, and I know you're going to cringe when I said, if Walker Buehler dominates his start today, he's locked up the Cy Young. I literally went to my sister and I said, if he pitches 7 or 8 1-runs or scoreless outing, Cy Young is over. Just seal the envelope and send it to Buehler's house in Lexington, Kentucky, because it's over. Mm. And then he comes out, he has the worst start of the year for him. 3 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 1 walk, 1 K. And I immediately was like, yep, I just jinxed him. But here's a stat for you. He had allowed 3 earned runs total in 5 previous starts this year against the Giants, who had 4 runs through 2 innings and 6 through 3 today. And he snapped a streak of 10 straight games overall for Buehler, allowing 2 runs or fewer. So, and this was the first loss to the Giants of Walker Buehler's young career. So it's just one of those bad nights. Every pitcher has off nights. I'm not too broken up about it. I don't think his Cy Young chances are over, but I do think in a big game like this, he did have the chance to kind of have his Cy Young moment. Like, you know, every player has a Heisman moment. So disappointing, but again, the offense could have won this game. So I'm not too hung up on this bad outing from Buehler. I don't know about you.
I don't care that much. I just wish we could kind of move some stats around. For example, on May 5th, or excuse me, on May 17th against the Diamondbacks, he went 7 innings, 1 hit, no earned runs, 7 strikeouts. What if we just move some things around and just put this stat line against the Diamondbacks and just have that on May 17th and then flip it with the stat line from tonight? I want to do some rearranging. That's what
I can get behind that.
Just move some numbers around. We'll make it fit. This is a budget. We're making the budget for like Goldman Sachs. This is is probably how it's done.
Yeah, definitely.
Financing 101. Just make it make sense.
Yep. Keep it simple, stupid.
Exactly. And we'll just fix some things around. We'll find some room. No matter what, we'll get in the black. We'll stay out of the red. That's all you got to know.
Yep.
So that's what sucks is like, God damn it. Because it's like start after start. It feels like, oh, he could win the big one, especially after the start against Atlanta when he went 7 innings, 2 earned runs, and 5 strikeouts. Like, okay, this is our guy. I didn't even blogged about it. You're like, oh my God. I think the headline for it, or excuse me, like the sub caption for it was anytime, any place, anywhere, Buehler's going to send you running for the hills. Oh my God. Yeah. Anybody, anytime, anywhere, starting pitcher Walker Buehler is going to shove and send you running for the hills.
I mean, it's not incorrect because
mhm.
he had dominated the Giants this year up until today.
No, I mean, it's not a bad take. And I wasn't even going to cringe with what you said because that's a lot. That's very logical. What you said, yes, that makes sense. I thought it was going to be a bet thing. I thought, but I don't think that's bad. I don't think that puts you in the jinx category.
Okay, good. Because I was ready to take blame for the loss today, or at least for Buehler's bad outing. I was like, you know what? I'll wear that one.
Listen, you know how bad I am about the jinx thing, how crazy I get and just like psychotic. But no, that doesn't fall under the idiot jinx category.
Okay, that honestly makes me feel a whole lot better.
Sweet. All right, so let's end the episode 23 with some bullpen game talk. So, I mean, what has been your opinion on this throughout the year?
Look, I mean, this is something that I think that we've been doing for a long time. Bullpen games. Dodgers have done this in years past, but they've never done it to the extent of this year. Because they've never really had to. I mean, we've had injuries in the past, obviously, but this year, the starting pitching problem, we've had injuries. We've had the Bauer situation. We've had, our starting pitching has been a carousel all year. And honestly, this bullpen is one of the better Dodger bullpens I've seen in a long time because they consistently come out and shut teams out. And they pitched a good game. The game 1 was a good game from them. It was it 1-0 going into the 9th. They allowed 1 run over 9 innings of a bullpen game. That's very impressive. And then again tonight, Buehler gives up 6 runs through 3, and then the bullpen shuts them out the rest of the way. Like, I'm very pleased with this bullpen. And everybody says it's like defense wins championships, a bullpen wins World Series. And right now, I'm confident saying we have the best bullpen in the National League. Maybe in all of baseball.
Yeah, I mean, as of right now. Oh, let's go on paper as of right now.
On paper, as of right.
That's all you have to say to like save the jinx is on paper. Because you're like, I'm not jinx. There's no future event coming that I know of. But I'm just saying, if the world ended today, clock strike 12 and Armageddon occurs, this team is actually has one of the best bullpen in the league. That's fair. We're safe.
Yeah,
We're in the
yeah.
safe zone. We have it's like a condom, pretty much. The on paper is just a condom for any of the jinx threats.
Yeah, it's like they put on the box, it's 99% effective. The Dodger bullpen is 99% effective. They're going to blow a game now and then, but they're 99% effective.
Okay, that was like I had the Nick at night take. I'll do Nick daytime take where they play like the backyard against Dora, where it's just hand sanitizer.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. All right, so let's wrap up with some actual like breaking down, or I want to wrap up just this one article that Fabian Ardai of The Athletic dropped, and it was fantastic because it kind of put into really good reference of how good the bullpen games are, even though you might have been opposed. I was opposed originally, like, why don't we just bring somebody up from the minors? But they work, and it proved me wrong once again. Shocker. So I just love this stat. So Buehler, Scherzer, Kershaw, Reyes, Bauer, he who shall not be named, actually canceled in May, combined for a 2.65 ERA. So that would be the 7th best mark for a qualified starter. It's better than Garrett Cole. Bulk arms, so that's like the David Price, the Andre Jackson won 4 innings, and staff-wide bullpen days have produced a 2.92 ERA. Pretty insane. So we've used primary starters for 99 games, and the ERA in those games has been 2.65 for the bulk arms. And for I want to go to the true bullpen games. So we've had true bullpen games, guys starting 1 to 2 innings for 6 games. In 53 innings, a 1.7 ERA, a 30.4 strikeout percentage, a 5.3 walk percentage, and a 0.98 whip. So that's pretty insane because we're saying we're probably going to give up about less than 2 runs per true bullpen game. I love that.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, and even just for like the bulk arm days of, like I just mentioned, they're in 116 innings, there's gone 3-4, and so that's like not just what Price has done, going 4 innings or more, or Mitch White or Andre Jackson. That's the that's the entire game, and it's still a 3.49 ERA and a WHIP of 1.24. So 3-4-ish runs when we're not even having our starter on the mound is pretty remarkable, and it should be like just met with adulation.
Yeah, that's incredible. I mean, I hadn't really heard all those in-depth stats, but now that I know that, that's amazing. And I have a question to pose to you. I have a hypothetical here. Let's take the wild card game. We burned Scherzer game or Buehler game 1, win it, get into the next series. We have Kershaw, we have Buehler, we have Urias, and we don't want to start. Basically, would you trust a bullpen game in the playoffs is basically what I'm trying to ask. Are you comfortable throwing a bullpen game in a 5-game series or a 7-game series?
I think I am. That's where I'm at, because on paper, it shows that's on paper is going to be retired after this episode. But no, I think it shows like there's evidence there that it works. I trust science. Shocking right now, but I trust science. And I trust stats.
Yeah, I would too. I think I would be scared, but I mean, I'd be comfortable. I would be like, you know what? This is nervous time, but it's also okay because of what we've done all year long.
Because there's another caveat to it. It's like, let's say Scherzer got knocked around, but we still won. But Scherzer went 4 innings, maybe less than 5 innings. I'll be like, oh, I'm not sure if the bullpen had to go 6 innings in a game, or less, around 6 innings. But if Scherzer goes 6 or 7, then yeah, I'm pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
All right, and then not sure if I mentioned this at the beginning of the episode, but I just wanted, it doesn't fall in line, awkward segue, but I just want to touch on Pollock's injury. I forgot to bring it up when we we're talking about the offense. Yikes. That slide yesterday, I mean, it looked like the dad who in the like slow pitch softball game tried sliding, but the last time he tried was sliding, but the last time he tried was since like the state championship in the 80s. It was it was the upside down world of Trey Turner slide.
It was ugly. And it's sad because that's a key piece of our offense down for a few weeks now.
Oh, it sucks because you just see like his eyes got too big for his stomach. There was no reason to steal third. And it was happened in the first inning. We're up by 3, 2 outs. Justin Turner's up to bat. So why do we really need you having that much of a jump start to get to home when we already put up 3 in the inning? Obviously, I want more runs, but there's kind of the pros and cons to it, and it just the risk did not seem worth the reward. Because the reward is now he's on the IL for 2 to 3 weeks, and now we have to rely on Bellinger. Fun.
Yeah, it's just a disappointing situation. I guess the only silver lining is like I'd rather this happen now than in October. And I know it's like we're getting to that point where like an injury now could affect him in October, but still, it's like if this were to happen in game, if that was game 2 of the NLDS rather than just game 2 of this series in September, then I would be sound the alarm like this is bad. But now I'm like, you know what? He's got time to recover and be back for the postseason.
That was gonna be my spin zone for it. Is that now, or excuse me, no, that's not my spin zone. That's the happy world. That's like actual logic. My stupid spin zone for this is it's going to make Belly realize that he has to do something and has to put a ball where there's people who are not there at least more than 2 out of 10 times. So that's my spin zone, is that it's going to force Belly to be good.
Maybe it'll wake something up in Cody's head or in his swing somehow.
Yeah. I mean, we probably should have brought this up during the middle of the offense because then I think we could have incorporated the Hotel California thing, but it's where we find ourselves. Yeah. On to the next. On to Cincinnati. Yeah, that was it. I mean, that wrapped up the Giants series. Is there anything you want to throw in?
Just that Tuesday night, I might be able to watch Clayton Kershaw from the OKC Dodgers ballpark down here in downtown OKC. I might make the trip down, watch him toss a few, knock back a couple brewskis. Might be fun.
Nice. You know, okay, if it's not good, then don't tell me about it.
Okay. Okay. If it's not a good outing, I won't tell you.
Yeah, I don't need that kind of negativity in my life. If he goes 2 innings, here's the threshold. He's not allowed to give up more than 2 earned runs. But if he gives up more than 2 earned runs, then it has to be 3 innings or more of work. If it's 2 innings and 2 earned runs, don't tell me about it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Fair enough.
Thanks.
I'm sure you'll see it on Twitter anyway.
You know what? What if I just mute Clayton Kershaw?
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to mute
Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah. All right. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode 23 of OK Takes. If you'd like to follow myself on social media, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at MattWeiner20. If you'd like to follow Edward on his social medias, Instagram, Twitter, you can find him at Edward_Vento. But if you don't care about anything we have to say, nothing whatsoever, then make sure to follow the OK Takes pod. So you could follow OK Takes on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at OK Takes pod. That is OKAY Takes pod. OKAY Takes pod. Takes 2 seconds, and we'd appreciate a ton. Would help us out so much. Be awesome. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and have a wonderful day.